Hello YouTube, I am Lady Vet. This video is a recap of Power Book 4 Force Season 2 Episode 1. Let me just say that Tommy did not disappoint.
Hey, what the fuck is he grinning about?
Take it easy. I'm doing what we talked about.
Been 2 days since they killed me. Why the Flynn's still alive?
I'm gonna make whoever killed you pay.
I know I could count my millions on him. Make him sober.
I will.
After drinking and hallucinating all night, Tommy headed out to work the next day. Tommy's first stop was to Walter Flynn's staff member's house to find out the Flynn's location. He told Tommy that Walter was going to Claudia's and that he would be alone. Since Tommy promised Liliana suffering, he sliced the staff's face and cut his tongue out, adding to his mounting body count. Now, with all the boss troubles in the Chicago streets, this one fighting with that one and that one fighting with the other one, Tommy checks in with JP on his family's safety. Surprised to find Kate bonding with D-Mac. They're having breakfast and they're having fun. Kate lets Tommy know that she's been a good mom all along. Tommy offers Kate a little pick-me-up and is surprised to find out that Kate turned him down and gave it back to him. You go, Kate. First time in Power history. Meanwhile, the feds are planning to get fingerprints to identify Tommy, and Tommy is moving product to Diamond's meeting with the shattered CBI. But when Diamond lay out the CBI turf, tells the crew that they will not have anything to do with Jenard, and introduces Tommy as his new partner, everyone is happy to make money. Everyone is ecstatic except Chewy. That doggone Chewy. He makes it clear that he has a problem working with a white boy. Diamond tells Tommy that Chewy will fall in line. Tommy's response? He better. At the same time, Jenard is having a meeting of his own to rally his new treason crew and warns the crew that they don't deal with CBI. Afterwards, Jenard is pulled to the side and warned about pressuring the guys. Then Jenard reveals that he himself is under pressure from Miguel, that he is low on product, money, and members. Walter's having Dublin problems.
You've always been very loyal to us.
We just consider that the price of war. I'm hoping that you can extend to me and my family the same grace that we've shown you. And we can pull this shit.
What about this Tommy Egan situation?
Tommy fucking Egan. I'm going to get rid of him myself. It'll take me a minute. They'll get done.
After the morning meetings, Diamond has parole problems. He must meet with Tyrone, his new parole officer, who runs a tight ship after the old one was fired for being on CBI's payroll. Diamond don't seem very happy. Tommy's back to ruining Flynn lives. Walter was his target, but he wasn't alone, so it wasn't Walter's time to die. Walter visits his children at Claude's, wanting them to be united and to answer his calls. Claudia and Vic formed a 50-50 partnership on everything as long as Walter is left out, and right away, Claude breaks the agreement. Victor is still mourning the loss of Gloria and wants nothing to do with Walter. But Walter reminds both of them that he is their father and head of the family. Later, Tommy meets up with JP. Tommy purchases a restaurant for JP unbeknownst to JP. At first look, JP is skeptical, but it didn't take long for the idea of ownership to set in. But while Tommy is bonding with JP and showing him his new restaurant, the feds pull up and dust Tommy's car for fingerprints. It seems to me that the feds can be as crooked as the people that they're after. Unbeknown to Victor, Claudia forgets the 50-50 deal that she just made with him and heads out to make her own solo move. Claude visits Dr. Williams, the chemist, with a warning to get Dahlia on the streets with the quickness or she'll die. Now back to Jenard. Rather difficult to keep up with Jenard with all that he has going on. The games, the lies, the manipulation. Nevertheless, Jenard's on the move. First up, Chewy. With little to no effort, Jenard recruits Chewy to treason. Then have the nerves to go to Miguel with a light payment that doesn't work for Miguel. So Jenard is warned to pay up or else. Apparently, Jenard confused Chewy with Miguel and Miguel with Chewy. Clearly, Miguel left fear in Jenard. So he's still thinking of an out, and apparently Claude comes to mind. So that's where Jenard ends up, at Claude's place. Now, he offers Claude a 50-50 partnership, but she was not interested and sent Jenard away. She asked him to even see himself out. Miguel Garcia is a pretty busy person these days, I would say, between CBI and treason. So next up for business is Diamond and Tommy. Now Miguel doesn't know Tommy, so he gives Tommy the side eye and the back room. Diamond and uninvited guest Tommy visited Miguel. Miguel is not feeling Tommy at all, and so he sends Tommy away. This is where Tommy accidentally meets Maria. Miguel lets Diamond know about his Serbian problems and that Diamond must control Tommy or it could cost him his life. Tommy introduces himself to Maria, and she really wasn't having it, not feeling Tommy at all. Or so it appears. Either way, that conversation was interrupted because Diamond appeared and warned Tommy to leave Maria alone and that she was off limits. By now, Jenard must have covered all of Chicago. He's still looking for help. He's still moving. Jenard pops up on Shanti, the showstopper. Jenard is definitely impressed with Shanti. Shanti is introduced as a Jenard supporter and a friend or confidant. Miguel may be a boss on the streets of Chicago. Some may call him Jefe, but he seems to be afraid of needles. His sister Maria points out that he is a diabetic and he needs to put on his grown man pants. Will this be something for Tommy to take advantage of, or will Miguel get over the needle thing? Only time would tell. A good day's work brings Tommy and Diamond back together to continue the plan of being at the top. Diamond shares with Tommy that Dahlia is reportedly making a comeback, and they both realize that they don't need this interference with a bigger plan. So Tommy makes a phone call. Shortly thereafter, Vic makes a phone call to Claude, and he tells her that Dahlia's ingredients are plastered on the internet. An enraged Claudia heads over to the lab, and without question, she accuses the doctor of intentionally trying to ruin her and her business. Dr. Williams has no clue about Claude's accusations of her trying to destroy her business. Claude did not want to hear from her, but it really doesn't matter because Claude killed her. Tommy checks in on D-Mac, who's bored and really wants back into the game, but Tommy says no, only to find that D-Mac is on the phone. Tommy feels disrespected, but later learns from D-Mac that the new wave of business is actually through social media. So D-Mac gives Tommy a quick phone business lesson, and he's back in the game. Tommy's on the move and notices Maria at the bus stop. Tommy pulls over and shoots his shot. He offers her a ride to her destination and offers to teach her to drive once she told him that she didn't know how to drive. No luck, Tommy. She takes the bus. So Tommy and Diamond meet up on one of their corners. Actually, it's the very corner that Jenard promised Milkovich. And so they have a run-in with the Serbs. Milkovich promises to get what Jenard promised him. So Milkovich and Tommy exchange words because Tommy reminds Milkovich of what he promised him that he didn't get. Needless to say, Diamond told Tommy that he believed the Serbs will be back. Tommy, of course, will be ready for him. Tommy can't think about the Serbs right now because he just got a call that D-Mac is in the emergency room suffering from an infection, but gets immediate attention when he finds out that Nurse Maria is working. Maria examines D-Mac and immediately moves him for medical attention. While Tom is at the emergency room attending to his family emergency, Milkovich is attending to Jenard. Jenard is getting a Serbian beatdown. Milkovich wants what was promised to him and gives Jenard not many options. Jenard is pleading his case, blaming Diamond. However, Milkovich can care less. He wants his corner, and that's it. So Tommy is thanking Maria for all of her help. Tommy sees that his family's happy. D-Mac is feeling better. He's got the medical care he needs. But now Tommy gets a pressing call from Diamond. Tommy meets up with Diamond only to find out that Chewy has crossed over to the other side. He's with treason now. Tommy says it's unacceptable. Diamond says, wait, Tommy. We know Tommy. Jenard's at home, still searching for solutions, paranoid after all of his little boss meets big boss run-ins. And since he gave Miguel's money to Milkovich. Shantae stops by with a payment that it's not enough for Jenard's debts, so Jenard's for now solution is to sleep with Shantae. Victor, now realizing that he can't trust his sister or his father, he learns that Claudia killed the chemist. After a heated argument with Claudia, Victor quits his arrangement with her and walks out. While Walter is figuring out how to pay Brendan, Paulie informs him that he has cash flow problems, so much so that he can't afford to pay Brendan. Walter believes that he probably should prepare for war since Brendan isn't going anywhere. Meanwhile, the feds got the fingerprints results back and now has a rap sheet on Tommy Egan. More importantly, they know that Tommy is supposed to be dead. To wrap up the episode, Tommy could not let Chewie breathe another day. Knowing that Chewie was no longer on his team, Tommy took matters in his own hands and deaded Chewie, with no consult from Diamond. I guess Chewie bit off more than he could chew. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time, guys.